This week, Chloe has another lay-by incident. David uses the women's toilet, and I have a superpower, and it's fucking awesome. So, let's strap down, let's strap in, and let's do this.
This is just another trucking podcast.
Hello, this is Just Another Trucking Podcast. I am your host, Tom, and I am joined, as always, by my good friend, co-host. Hello, Chloe. Wait, where?
Hi, Tom.
Where the fuck is David? And has he left his computer on?
Well, I don't think he turned it off last time, to be honest.
He's literally just left the airport, and that's it. He's just left the computer on. It's been on all this time.
I think so. Yeah.
Honestly,
it baffles
David,
me.
Yeah. Oh wait.
Hey!
I'm here.
Fucking hell!
Sorry.
We've been sat waiting for you.
Jesus.
Is your plane just landed?
What?
How long has it been recording your computer?
I know.
I think you might be jet lagged.
It's on like overload right now.
Which way is jet lag? Is it jet lag that way or back across?
I don't know. I thought it was both ways.
Oh,
I really did.
I don't know.
Then I heard a week ago like jet lag is only if you're heading east.
It's one way, isn't it?
You know?
Well, that's why. No, it's not.
It's.
I've heard that, and is it east? So you get the jet lag going back to America. Yeah.
But then why would you get jet lag for that? Because you're not moving in time, are you? You're just flying. It's not like you're going back in time or forward.
You're just hovering in space.
Wait, no. Just one second.
You're staying in one place.
No.
And
I've just said something
around.
really dumb. I've said something really dumb. Well, I said
I missed it.
you'll only get it when
say?
you go back to America from Ireland. Is that east or west? No, that's west, isn't it? Yeah, it's
I
west.
had a feeling. I actually did like
east is the other way.
I'm not going to correct you, but I'm just going to go ahead and just play.
I don't understand why it'd be one way though. Surely you would just get it both ways.
I know, like I left Amsterdam at like 1:15 p.m. and I arrived in Portland, Oregon at 2:00. So it was only a 45-minute flight from Amsterdam.
Really?
Obviously not really. It was true, but you know what I mean. It's like because of the whole time changing.
Oh right, yeah.
Obviously, it wasn't like a supersonic Mach 10.
I was like, wow, that's amazing.
Well, there are some flights that when you travel on them. Also, that also explains the Red Bull as well. There are some flights where the pilots will set off, and then it'll be the next day or the day before. Is it? So if you go from California,
you'll be still on the same day or something, won't you, or whatever it is?
Well, no. Wait. So if you go so if you go from Alaska to Russia,
I don't think we're qualified to be discussing this.
I got one.
We haven't got a clue
I got one for you, Tom. All right. So I left Sydney, Australia.
Oh, shit.
This
is gonna be like one of these ones where it's like a train leaves a
Yeah.
Never great.
I left at I don't know, like on the 5th of November, let's say. I can't remember exactly what the date was.
Right.
But I got to what's it called? New Zealand, though. I think it was the day before on the 5th. All right, because there was something along that. It was crazy. Like even the guy I was showing the ticket to, like, wait a second, how could the? Oh yeah, okay. It was just it was very rare. A very rare instance where it happened.
Working in the airport, having to go. What's going on?
I really can't remember what I did on the dates. It did actually have me go back a day. You know, so
that would.
You should have kept that ticket, mate. That's fucking wild.
I have the ticket somewhere. You know, it's bloody online.
Arrival day.
If I knew we were going to be talking about
it, the day before.
Yeah.
They don't let you in for a whole 24 hours. You got to stay there.
Yeah, because it was.
Yeah,
because there is a time difference between New Zealand and Sydney.
Is there really?
And it's because my flight was it was so close to midnight, and
right.
You know, so I don't think. But yeah. Anyway. There you go.
Fun fact.
There you go.
Yeah.
What have we got to talk about today? Go on. Oh, actually, we're arsehole. We've got an arsehole, did you say?
I've got an arsehole.
Ooh, 2 assholes.
Oh, I know you've got an arsehole. I actually, one second. I actually want to do a shout out. Oh, can I do a shout?
Do you?
Do you want to do an arsehole or should I do a shout out? Which one do you want to do?
Oh, I'm doing
the arsehole should be second because it's the last one, isn't it?
Oh, fine. Do your shout out. Fuck you. Go on in.
Right. Oh, I'll be honest here. It's someone that as far as I'm aware, has never actually asked for a shout out or anything. But he always shares us on Instagram every single time. Arthur. I don't know what else you called. It's just Arthur on Instagram. What?
My fucking asshole's Arthur. Fuck you.
What? Wait, what?
You swept in there. That's why you jumped in first.
I've not got any. All I've got is just...
Right, well, he's asked me personally to call him an arsehole. So, Arthur, you're an arsehole. Tom, go on, do your thing. Go on.
Well, I was going to say, I was giving him a shout out. You're the one who's calling him an arsehole. There are going to be people listening to this podcast who will have no idea what we're talking about right now. Go back to episode
arsehole. It's our way of sharing the love, all right? It's our way of giving a shout out. Although Tom actually literally wanted to give a shout out.
Well, no, it's just because
you can be an arsehole. You can have a shout out, whatever you want.
The guy, he shares us every single week. What an absolute champ! Yeah, what an absolute champ!
Good on you, man.
Cheers. So, yeah,
what an absolute legend.
Yeah, very much appreciated, mate.
Intake
right,
Driver
okay, so that was a bit
2020,
confusing.
isn't he, on Instagram? There you go.
What's he called?
Excuse me?
Oh, it's called Arthur, but on Instagram it's called Intake Driver 2020. There you go.
Oh, so he is, yeah. What's he drive?
Yeah, there you go.
He does wide load stuff as well, does he? That's cool.
He does wide loads?
Right. Yeah.
Well, this is not a podcast. We're just looking at pictures.
Oh my god, we're literally just talking about looking at Instagram. Fucking, we're so shite. Who's going first? I want to talk about. I had like a road rage incident today.
Come on, Tom. We all want to hear it.
Okay. No, go nuts. Yeah.
We're doing mine first.
Oh, I figured
you.
I literally. Yes. You see, the way you asked was like, "I'm going first," without even saying it.
Well, no. I was asking. I was being nice. You're the one. You decide. Nice. This is on you.
You literally threw a hook at us to be like, check this out. I got into a road rage.
Okay, but we're going to put that in the back burner until we talk about stuff that we don't even know what we're going to be talking about yet.
Yeah,
but that's what they do. Go on. On TV, that's what they do. They say, coming up soon, this. And then...
Well, isn't that what the start of the podcast is all about? Yeah. Where you give the, I talk about this, you talk about that, and talks about this.
That's right. That is exactly we literally do that at the beginning of every single episode.
Every single episode.
You'd notice if you were the one editing it.
Right. So there's not really a lot to kind of say on it was a road rage incident. The guy kind of was trying to cut me up and was like, he touched my car, as in like he scratched part of it.
Did he actually?
Yeah, he's actually he did touch it. He's marked it.
So what did you do? What did you do to lead up to this then?
I did an overtake.
Right.
It wasn't dangerous. It was in a safe spot. It wasn't. If I'm honest with you, it wasn't the best. I wasn't proud of it, but I was trying to kind of get down. There was a bunch of cars, and there was him. Then there was one that was going really slowly, so I kind of wanted to kind of get past all of them. I was rushing. Right. I mean, don't get me wrong. Because he eventually stopped after I followed him for like 3 miles because he actually was refusing to stop, and eventually we did, and then we actually talked, and I actually kind of. Chat with the guy. I actually chatted with him and all of that. And I said to him, in fairness, it wasn't the best overtake. It wasn't dangerous. I mean, he didn't actually have to react. Yeah. He didn't have to put his brakes on or adjust his speed or anything like that. But it wasn't my proudest overtake I've ever done. But it's one of them. But what kind of came afterwards was...
Everyone makes mistakes, don't they? But it's how you reflect on that after. Go on.
My God, he was coming at me. He was swerving into me. He was trying to he was trying to intimidate, and he was laughing the entire time. Thought it was hilarious.
Right.
So he was like, he was
so he wasn't even like angry. Unhinged. He was just being a douche.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, can we put some clips in on what the aftermath was or not?
You're giving me more work.
Because there's. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. We won't put any registrations or anything like that. There would be like nothing. We won't put anything in that kind of shows. So what
happened when you chatted to him? Is he nice when you chatted to him or what?
Well, so we did. I'll be honest with you. Me and David started talking, and we kind of stopped ourselves because I was saying, I think everyone's got a superpower.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right.
Superpower.
We've already talked about this. How can you still not know what we're talking about? Right.
I'm pretending that we didn't at the same time. We stopped the conversation.
I've not talked about this yet.
Right. No, but do you know?
I exaggerated saying that I've got lasers coming out of my eyes, which I obviously don't have lasers coming out of my eyes. So it was more of like what kind of superpowers do people actually have? I have the power to lose concentration when someone's talking to me. And have a different train of thought going on. That happens all the time.
I mean, in fairness, that's a great one. To fully tune out of a conversation and to to kind of when it's really boring. Yeah, that's a great one. So
sometimes even when it's interesting, I can still do it. I'm really good at it.
But then somehow you come back in at the right time when they just ask you a question. You're like, well, I know I've got to say something, but what is it?
What you do is you go, yeah. Oh, yeah, and I agree with what you're saying. No idea what the guy said.
I built up that superpower working at a bar in Ireland where people would start talking to you and you gotta like you read their face and you read their like if they're gonna laugh, you have to laugh. It's basically But anyway,
exactly.
Go ahead, Tom. What are you talking about? Superpower. What is your superpower?
For whatever reason, I seem to be able to calm down the angriest of people. And bring them round to kind of at least.
Well, okay, and here is my reasoning why this 6'10" guy can do it is because I don't want to get
right. But David, this is where we started going off track before. Because again, what you're essentially saying is, sort of Superman with his laser eyes. Yeah, what you're saying is there's no reason that he can do that. It's just a power. Well, no, it's not. There's a power. He's got laser eyes. His eyes can produce lasers. Thus, he has laser eyes.
Because he's an alien. He's an alien.
Yes, but I'm 6'10".
Mm-hmm.
Well,
right, it doesn't matter. But
I don't think you would have this superpower if you were 5'9".
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
You don't.
Superman's from
Krypton.
Superman is from Krypton, right? Which is why he's got superpowers.
Right now.
But what David's currently trying to say to us, right, is David's currently saying, well, the only reason why you can do that is because you're 6'10". But the only reason why,
which doesn't mean that it's not a superpower.
Is because it's from fucking Krypton.
Okay. I get you. I'm understanding now. All right. So your superpower being a giant calms angry people down because it looks
giant.
intimidating. Oh yeah, the big friendly giant.
Friendly giant. BFG.
How many minutes are we in before this has fucking derailed the entire podcast?
I'm so confused right now.
Right.
Okay. So you de-escalated the situation immediately because you're a giant.
Not Superman. Immediately, but he did. He did come over to me, and he wasn't a happy camper, and I could see him strutting over to us, and then I got out.
Was he tall or short?
Everyone's short to me.
I mean, everyone's short to you. Yeah.
I think.
But was he like average height then, or?
I don't know, like 5'5"-ish. Is that average? What's average?
I would love.
What? That's shorter than me.
Oh right, okay. He wasn't. I mean,
maybe you just don't know what average height looks like.
I really
don't.
No,
I don't think it does.
I mean,
that's pretty short. That's really short.
He wasn't obviously too short to make it.
So he was probably average height,
was it? Yeah, he's probably average height, about 6 foot maybe.
I mean, Duran, I was a clear foot taller than him at least. If not more.
So anyway, he comes strutting over. You get out and tower above him, yes, and then instantly,
there's a dog in the background,
we're calm now.
Ignore that. Just ignore the dog.
I wasn't even going to acknowledge it until you said it. You know,
I was going to edit it out.
Dog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now it's
you
in
can't
there.
now. Fuck yeah.
I know. Yeah, right. You just made life easier.
Just saved you work, if anything.
So go on. What's his lead up to?
Down. Well, babe,
did you pat him on the head?
Down.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
No, I did not do that. That would not have done. Well, okay. Basically, I managed to de-escalate the situation. I managed to kind of get him to because he really did not want to give me insurance details. He really did not want to. In fact, to be honest, there's only been one guy that I have not been able to that I can think of, and that was the guy that hit me with a trailer. That's the only guy that I've not been able to calm down. Every other person I've been able to calm. Whenever someone's angry, it's very, very rare, and they have to be very full of themselves. But
you have got quite a calming voice, though. You're like a narrator or like a book reader
or a podcast guy,
or a podcast guy, one of those, someone you can listen to.
Wait, should we do a podcast?
I think we should. It's your calling.
I think if you go, because I don't know, whenever you get these situations, I feel like if you're going to go into them full fucking force and you start going rah, 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 and having a proper do with the person, it's just going to make it like a million times worse. Whereas if you kind of go in like the kind of voice of reason, kind of say, listen, this, and this, and this, right? And what I tend to do, and my tactic is, I tend to give something first, and like so he said to me, like, well, at the beginning of it, where you were out of order like that. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think what I did was dangerous. I don't think it didn't interrupt his driving, but I gave him it because it at least puts us on the same foot. And then the next thing I always find is you want to find something in common. And what he said was, people and their fucking dash cams. And I said, listen, I'll be honest with you, me and you are absolutely on board with this. This is something I despise as well, but I do have one just for this sort of scenario. And I said I didn't act because you had that. I was like, I don't like people with dash cams myself, but you do need them sometimes. They're necessary evil.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, trying to see it by the end of it, it was, it was pretty calm and pretty good. Like, so
it was leveled out. Yeah. The situation was done.
Now, when you had to catch up to him, were you obeying all speed signs and laws and everything?
Were you trying to ram him off the road? What were you trying to do?
I'll be honest, there was at one point...
He retaliated.
Well, no, I had to come alongside him, so I had to cross the white lines, and it wasn't the greatest manoeuvre, but again...
if I didn't... not shown us.
The problem is, the whole video, when you actually look at the whole thing, it's around about like 10 minutes long. Because it all starts with like it starts with an overtake, and then I'd completely forgotten about the guy. I was kind of stuck behind this, and I was thinking, oh, bloody hell, here we go. And I managed to finally get past him, and then the Peugeot the car that I actually wanted to overtake, the one that was causing all of the slowness, it then came out into the right hand lane and slowed me down, and bloody hell. And so I'd completely forgotten about the white van. I'd completely forgotten about him. It was only when he came flying up alongside me, I suddenly thought, that's that fucking white van. Where's he? Fucking guy's going in a rush, isn't he? And the next thing, he's trying to squeeze into my lane. Yeah. And the thing was,
I have seen the video. And this is for the more, like, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the listeners. I did see the video, but I didn't, there was no context before the video, so Tom just sent us a video. So, okay, road rage incident that he found on YouTube. All right, okay, cool, there's this guy driving. All right, he overtook. All right, fair enough. Maybe you shouldn't have overtaken there, but okay, not very exciting, But I honestly, God, I completely forgot about a white van as well. I didn't even think, I had to literally watch the video twice. I'm like, oh my God, that's their white van.
Figure out what happened.
I was like, okay, that's why he's doing it. You know what I mean? And I didn't know what kind of vehicle it was. I'm trying to remember what side of the road, what side of the car the driver is positioned in. As in, like, is it a left-hand drive or right-hand drive? Like, because
you've got so much more to think
about. And and it was like all of a sudden, I hear Tom's voice. So I'm like, oh, whoa. Shit, this is actually Tom driving. Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Okay,
Tom,
now I need to actually start paying attention so I can go on, And
I mean, in fairness, I was driving. I think I was driving quite. I mean, I wasn't doing like tipper driver fucking send it like. I was keeping like I was doing.
I think if you were
the only thing that I saw that you did wrong was that you overtook a little bit earlier than you should have, kind of crossing the solid white line.
And I agree with that.
Yeah,
I should have waited.
I wouldn't have overtaken.
Which is nothing compared to what I did when I was really young. When I was like 17 and 18, 19. The amount
what did you do?
I would do the overtaking. I would do.
Yeah.
I was young. I was confident. I felt like I could just do whatever I wanted as long as I didn't crash. Because I just mimicked what other people do that I see on the road. Like overtaking 15 cars at once, kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's like it's just what sucks though is that not you're not forced to do it. It's just that when you have 15 cars in front of you and there's no gap whatsoever. You
gotta just go for it.
Which
kind
of sucks. So this is what had started it. The fact that there was 4 cars, I think maybe 4 or 5.
Right.
And there was some of the places I could have passed, but they were all quite bunched up, so there wasn't really anywhere good. And as we kind of got over this hill and we came to the right, there was a gap that had formed, and the van had fallen back a little bit. I'm assuming because it's a bit low on power, the other cars could kind of go a little bit more. And so I took the van, and then I was like, okay, well, I'll keep the speed up, and then I should be able to take the other 3 when I catch up to them. And as I kind of started catching up to them, a car started oncoming. And don't get me wrong, I probably could have got around the cars. But I thought, no, I'll just back off. I'll just kind of hold back on the speed as such, and I'll accept it as a loss. And I'll just wait
matey in the background's going, oh, what a wanker, he's just overtaken me, and he's not got very far, has he?
Exactly. And that's really, he should have been sat there calling me a wanker.
Yeah.
That's what he should have done. And if that had been the case...
That's what he was doing as well.
Exactly. And if that had just been the case, fair enough. He was in the right. What he's saying is correct. But what happened afterwards? Not so much. That's where it started getting just out of hands.
Needed,
and like I said, he did contact me. But tell you what then. I'll talk to you about this. I don't know if I should talk to you about this.
Oh no. What is it? You can't start off. I don't know if I should. Just do it.
Well,
just do it.
So we exchanged phone numbers because at the end of the day, what the damage is caused is a scratch on my panel on the right hand side. It's not that bad. Okay. It just needs either respraying or buff out, or I don't really
add
know.
A little character?
I don't do paint.
Yeah, should you have actually paid him?
Values the car, so it's not really a lot that needs to be done to it.
It's a newer car too, isn't it?
It's a 66 plate, so it's like it's a few years old. It's not. It's an old.
What car is it?
It's not Ford C-Max titanium. I don't know what that means, but it's
you need
titanium.
something biggish for you. Yeah.
I don't know what it means.
They add it just so they can raise the price.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's like the
they put a titanium-looking font on the titanium part, which just adds the value.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, but it's basically I thought I'd give this guy a bit of an opportunity to kind of just say, right, okay, I'll just pay for the respray, but he's kind of umming and saying, we didn't actually make contact. You can hear in the video he has touched me. I've got like pictures of the damage that is caused on the car, but I don't really know what I should do about it because
it's a spec, by the way.
Yeah, but
I don't got higher gloss finish and spare wheels and stuff like that. That's all it is. Sorry, interrupt. Go on, crack on.
Thank you very much. I genuinely didn't know that. I do know I've got a spare wheel. Well, he said he's watched the video and can't hear what I said was contact, but as a small token, a gesture, be happy to end. Basically, he's wanting to kind of do something to kind of bring it to a close. And I've said, all I want is the paint replaced, or kind of like, I want it looking like it was previously. And he says, obtain a quote and we'll go from there. Now, I'd said to him, I was going to go to my insurance company tomorrow and have them start like dealing with this if we don't kind of come to...
Right,
but now I'm kind of at a point where, well, do I trust him and go that? Because what if I wait for a week? Because how long... I can't wait for a week and then report it to my insurance company, can I?
You can, yes.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, can I?
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
People have done months.
Should I?
Yeah.
And you have the evidence.
For ages.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got the evidence in front of you, so you can claim whenever you want. If he doesn't follow through, you'd be like, all right, well, I will go for the.
And there's nothing wrong with going through without. You don't have to go through.
Yeah.
Through your insurance company. You know what I mean?
Plus,
especially because the deductible is probably less than what it would be worth. You know what I mean? It's just
And it's probably something really simple that he can just buff out or something stupid, you know. Because he's probably got, if he's in a van or whatever, he's probably got a mate that does resprays or.
Well, this is what I thought, and I'd be happy if he says, "Listen, I've got a mate. Go and see him.
Yeah.
Pick up the bill." I'd be like, "Yeah, fair enough," because he's obviously a joiner or something like that. But I kind of I don't know. I will say, this is a genuine thought to everyone out there, because this one's going out on Monday, is it? Yeah. Monday morning.
Probably. Yeah,
right.
Sure,
So
we've got nothing else.
Yeah, Monday morning. If you're listening to this and you've got kind of thoughts on like what I should do, should I? Yeah, because my thought was Monday. I'll contact someone. I'll send him a message. If by Monday he's not got back to me, then I will just go to my insurance company and that'll be that. Because I want it dealing with like immediately.
You want to get it done.
Well, because if it gets dragged out, then I think it's just going to cause more problems. Whereas if I say like if my insurance company, I've always deal with this on Monday.
Speaking about dragging out, and like this topic it's been dragged out for quite a long time.
It's been going on for
well
a long
done,
time.
Tom.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm not even angry. That was
like,
actually quite a good transition.
Let it out.
It was. We were saying at the beginning of this. These feel like therapy sessions. I genuinely feel
absolutely.
after I finish this session, I'm not even going to call it podcast, but after I finish this session, I genuinely feel a bit lighter. I feel a bit happier in myself. I feel like life's just not as shit as it actually is.
So
okay.
I had an opportunity to drive a European truck and trailer last week, and I didn't end up doing it.
Ooh.
I had the opportunity because I asked my dad, okay, who do you know who's a truck driver? And he was like, hold on, let me think. I got it. Got on the phone. Hey, blah blah. My son, he wants to drive a semi truck over here just around the yard, just for a few minutes, blah blah blah. And like he's like, yeah, no worries. I should be back. I'll be back in 2 days time. And and all that. I'm like, okay, cool. But the weather was shit, and I was like, you know what? And it was getting kind of dark. It was like at 4:00, and it was just getting there, and I was like, yeah, I'm not. I want to be in a good environment.
All right, no. When you'd said about this, and you'd said it was just the weather, but.
I remember now that it was getting. Yeah, and then you stopped me. Well, you stopped me as soon as I said weather. You stopped me. Like, no, David, this is a podcast topic. You're going to talk about this on the air.
Actually, I do remember this now.
I think you did that. Yeah,
you know, and I would. It was just more like I wanted to so badly, and I didn't know what the yard was going to be like or anything, you know. But I just kind of
what truck was it?
It was
both of us going for the same question.
I didn't get to see it. No, and I think it was a full, you know, like a van, not a van, a curtain sider. It was just your typical standard truck and trailer. But I've no idea what the names was.
What it was.
Yeah. But you know, I was just disappointed, you know. But oh well, you know. So that's it. That's my transition to bring on back to truck driving. Even though I didn't truck drive, it was just more of a what if situation.
Oh, okay. So this is like a what if you chances you never took sort of thing.
But I feel I will next time I go to Ireland. I'm going to take a little trip to England and hook up with one of you guys and drive around in your truck. You know,
you come around in a skip lorry.
I was thinking about this last week actually, and I was thinking, because I was going along the Millen Road, and I was thinking, you know what, I need to take David along here. You'd shit yourself.
Oh my God! Seriously, just in a car alone. Now I drove around Ireland. I drove I feel like 90% of the bloody roads I was on were very meant for 1.5 cars kind of thing. You know, I'm like, oh damn! I honestly, God, forgot what it was like. You know, like
really?
The transition between driving on the left-hand drive and right-hand drive, it doesn't take too long. It only takes a few minutes for me. It's just once I hop in the seat. I'm pretty good, but I definitely didn't drive like I was when I was 19 and 20, and I was quite the slow driver. I was on those country roads. I would just pull over if somebody was coming towards me. Yeah, I get over to the left as much as possible, and then stop, and then they can get around me. I wasn't even going. A lot of people, because I remember back in the day that I could just slow down a tiny little bit and be fine. You know, kind of. But
how many motorways
you
are in
fully
Ireland?
Being careful.
Excuse me.
How many motorways are there in Ireland? So are there a lot or not?
I don't know. I didn't actually go on any motorways. There's a motorway that goes all the way.
There is A1, isn't there?
No, there's. I don't know. Like there is one from Cork all the way to Dublin. You don't actually have to. I'm sure you can go from Galway. You can go. I think you can go all the way up to the north of Ireland from Dublin all the way up to.
We're actually checking this. Well, just because I always thought.
There is. There's loads of motorways.
Yeah, I wasn't on any motorway whatsoever.
Because I always thought it's very kind of. Is it quite dense? Is Ireland like as densely populated as England is, or not?
I don't know.
Well, I'm asking questions. There's no way you two can answer. You might be able to, David.
I can't remember.
Literally asking us stuff that we have no idea. I've been there once, and that was when I was like 18. So
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I do want to go.
It's amazing.
Okay, no, I think I've been to England, and I feel like England's the roads are just a little bit wider, but again, depending on what side of the country.
Where did you go in England?
London.
Okay.
Manchester. I never drove there though. I was always a passenger, or I was on a bus or whatever, you know. And
I think did you come from America when you were a passenger or not? Because surely that would be worse.
Or were you from Ireland? What? Yeah. Being a passenger in England from being American?
Because the way I remember when I came back from America. And I was sat in the passenger seat. It's one thing to drive, but when you're in a passenger seat and like you're in America, and then you've got like the white line, and you've got like you've got even on just like the regular road, you've still got like 4 feet to your left, if not more, and then there's loads of room over. Whereas when you're in the passenger seat in a car in the UK and you've just come back, and fucking this hedge just
freaks me out.
Do I have to?
No, like immediately in Cork Airport. After my parents picked me up, I was in the front seat, and it freaked me out that he went to the left on the roundabout and he didn't go to the right. I was like, okay, all right. It's just because I was in the passenger seat. If I was in the driver's seat, I would have automatically known. It wouldn't have freaked me out.
Of course, because I'm in
the driver's seat without a steering wheel. You know what I mean? So it just kind of freaked me out a little bit. And roundabouts, oh my god! So, okay, I haven't experienced a proper roundabout in like 4 years because that's the last time I went to Ireland. You know, so and like I'm following the. There was one time I went into the city and that was interesting. But I was of course my dad let me drive his big huge Mercedes as well. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's got a lot of confidence in my driving and my ability. You know, I didn't hit anything, but it was more of like when you got three. You're entering the roundabout, and you got 3 different entrances. 3 different entrances, and it's like what lane to be in, and just the confidence that you got to presume that the guy on the left is actually going to exit, because if he doesn't, you're going to hit him because now you're got to get over one lane to the left. After, because that's when you can shift positions on the roundabout. I was like, that was overwhelming for me. That was like, how in God's name do tourists who come to this country manage to actually get around on a roundabout? You know what I mean? There's just it's absolutely mental. But
they can be confusing. Some of them. When they're marked up wrong. Go on.
Well, I thought Americans when they came over. I don't think the A roads were ever the problems. It's the motorways. Right. Just because people follow cars, we follow a lot closer than they do in America. Like you see it like these, you see on these like the American road rage, like where they kind of like where someone's cut in front of them and it goes, "Oh, he cut me up," and like they're flashing, and you think, "Fuck
no, that's just a lane change."
You get another 2 or 3 cars in there.
They'd be complaining that you're now in their stopping distance, As a semi truck driver, I like to keep that gap. You know what I mean? A nice comfortable gap. Put my cruise control on, and then when someone gets in there, I'm like, oh god damn it! Now I have to like turn my cruise off.
I've got to do it again.
As in like
now I have to do some fucking work.
I know, right? But
damn you! I was enjoying myself sat here. I was just chilling out. I will say, I get that, and when you sat there and you kind of you're happily just listening to a podcast and you're just chilling out and you're just doing your thing. And then someone comes in front of you and you think, I was in my little Zen space. I was just happy. Why don't people just leave me alone, for fuck's sake?
It's when you're coming up to junctions, isn't it? And you're leaving yourself plenty of space and you're like, I've got this stuff. I've got my retarder on. I'm coming to the right speed. Perfect. I'm thinking, this is going to be a really smooth stop. For some reason, I'm getting very excited about this. And then someone comes in and goes, now I've got to slam the brakes
really
on.
Excited, yeah.
Brilliant. Fucking slam the brakes on. Everything goes bang in the cab. You're like, brilliant.
It's always your coffee. You've always when you've got like you've just opened.
You've got burning hot coffee.
Why is it Like people never break in front of you when they only ever do it just after you've been for a coffee or you've just opened a can of Red Bull. And it's usually can of Red Bull because that shit's sticky and it goes everywhere. And then you have to kind of get your wipes out and you have to fucking clean it. And then it goes in between the buttons and you've got to try and clean it out from inside the
While
buttons.
you're driving?
It never works. Don't know what you're talking about, David.
It gets stuck. You sat at traffic lights by this point already.
Yeah, traffic lights. So what Chloe just said there.
Yeah, traffic lights. Yeah. You can't have a sticky dash. It's dangerous. You might get stuck to it, if you press a button.
Exactly,
Stuck.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a matter of health and safety.
It is, really is. Yeah, I agree.
There you go.
Thanks,
especially if it's freaking hot coffee.
I'm so sorry. That's where my mind turns to every single time is safety.
Was it that watched a movie while driving?
I didn't. That was an accident.
David.
Not saying an accident happened.
It was not an accident. You loved it. You didn't stop it. You kept playing it.
No, I didn't.
Like,
no, I pulled
sweet.
over. The next
Who
rest
thought
area.
this genius
Slap it
idea?
down. I patented the idea. Heads up movie display.
So what do you guys do in, if you get stuck in traffic and you're desperate for a wee, what do you do?
Hold on to it? Piss my pants?
Have you ever held on so long that when you get out, it's painful? And
Yes.
I've done it where I've had to walk across and I had to stand because it was so painful because I'd held it in for so long. It was so painful. I had to stop in the middle. And then I was like, I just look like a lunatic. So I got my phone out and I pretended that I was looking at my phone, but I wasn't. I was just thinking, I don't think I can move. Someone's going to have to come and pick me up and take me to the toilet. And I got into the fucking toilet. I got into the toilet and there was someone in there. And honestly, I'm a calm person, but that fucker nearly got ripped out of that toilet.
I had to use the ladies' restroom one time because there was all the guys. This was in a rest area, and I go in. They're all taken. I'm like, nope. Okay, nobody in the women's. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, if an emergency. I literally said,
get out of the way.
If there's anybody in here, I'm so sorry. You know what I mean? It's like,
this is happening right now.
Yeah. I'm in labour.
Now, here's a sucky thing.
Crowning.
Now,
sorry.
I saw when I was living in Los Angeles area, right?
I wondered why you were on about being in labour then. I thought you were on about wheeze.
I was presuming that people understood. We don't need to get graphical. We don't need to. All right, just you know.
The women coming up to your stall goes, do you need any water? Do you need any ice? Breathe. It's okay.
Here's a wet cloth. Have you seen? God. Oh, that reminds me. Have you ever seen the IT crowd? The IT crowd?
I have.
Have you seen the episode where they're all at the going to watch the theatre thing, and the guy gets lost. He gets in the disabled toilet and he goes, I'm disabled.
Oh my god, absolutely.
I've not seen
that literally.
It just reminded me of that. Oh my god.
That episode is, there has been no better comedy episode in all history of all
ever.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my buddy, he wanted me to watch that episode.
Have you not seen it? Oh my god, please
it's
go
episode
and watch that tonight.
It's episode 1, season 2. All right.
So good.
It's called The Outing. All right, and the whole episode is fantastic. But don't watch that. You have to watch other episodes first. You got to get to know the characters. Right. Like if you jump into that one right away.
I've watched a lot
He's watched it. He's just missed the episode.
I've never laughed so much in my entire life from that episode.
You're being stitched.
I've never watched it on streaming. I only ever watched it when it was on TV, and obviously sometimes there's a repeat on, and you'll be like, "Oh, I'll put the IT crowd on it. It's on E4 or whatever like that," and then so you watch that, and
yeah.
But obviously when you're watching it on,
make it your mission. Everyone.
Right, okay.
After you finish,
I already told everybody
Monday,
it's season 2, episode 1. All right, but
so
if you haven't seen the IT Crowd, you got to make sure you watch other episodes first, because otherwise it won't be as funny.
You're trying to tell me that this is funnier than the bomb robot?
The what?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely no. Yeah, no doubt. They put so much effort.
It's the best episode. It's the best episode.
It's
so
good.
Funny. Shit. That's some
he
like.
Literally.
Oh, I have to watch it. I probably will end up watching.
He's desperate for the toilet.
Yeah,
I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, no,
it's so
don't.
But basically, it just reminded me of that, and he's just like, he's like, "Are you alright?" And then he's accidentally knocked the cable, and he's like, "Yes, I'm disabled."
And they got to go knock down the door because he can't get up.
And then he's got.
Oh, but okay, seriously, okay. But
it's so bad.
It was how it was how they did everything, and of course, Moss.
Yeah, it's
Moss at the
anyway.
end. Oh.
It just reminded me of that anyway. But no, the reason I brought up being toilet because I got stuck in traffic going to North Devon the other day, and I honestly, I had an energy drink because I was a bit tired in the morning, and I literally hit traffic, and I thought, right, about 20 minutes up the road, there's a place I can go for a wee at a service station. But then obviously I hit this traffic and went, it'll be alright. It's not that bad. No, all the laybys were closed. You know, obviously if I need to go, I will just go in a layby and just run and hide.
Yeah,
I don't care. And everything, like, there was nowhere to stop, and it was like stop traffic dead, and there was like no bushes that I could run and hide in. Like, there was nothing I could do. I was at the point of being so desperate. I was like, I'm just gonna get out. I'm just literally gonna stand in front of my lorry and just have a wee. I was so desperate, and I had to stop myself doing it. Honestly, it was so bad.
Well, I know a few lashes that have got the is it called a shiwi?
Yeah,
and like,
I've got
they
one,
swear,
but I
they swear
wasn't in my
them.
lorry. I've got one bit in my lorry, and I was in someone else's lorry.
Okay.
Wait. Hold the phone here. It's in another lorry, so potentially some driver was taking your lorry out and picking this thing up and going, "What the fuck is this? It's about the fuel system or something."
As a general rule, other people don't drive my lorry, so it's fine. My lorry gets stuck at the yard. It's very rare. I wonder what this is. Just driving wee in it. I would love to see that. That would be amazing. Do you know what? I normally get, if I borrow someone else's lorry, Logan will go through the bags or something, and then I'll get back, and then I'll give it back. I think I've cleared it out, and then I'd be a dinosaur or a tampon or something in someone else's lorry. I'm like, thank you, that's mine.
Wow.
But anyway, there was no shiwi, and I the same as you, I was in so much pain. I was wriggling. I was like this. I was like, oh my god, I can't. I almost was thinking, I'm just gonna have to wee. I'm just gonna have to wee.
I will say the one good thing about one good thing about being on building sites or kind of regularly going to building sites, especially building sites where you know the guys. There's always toilets, and I never. It was very rare. Whereas on tippers and again doing what you're doing, like what you the kind of like that real long haul stuff that you do, David. God, you can go for ages without finding somewhere. Although,
and sometimes that somewhere is closed when you're expecting it to be open,
mate. Well, it's not just that, but it's also the distances that you have to. Because obviously, when you look at it, if you think that they've got like 10 trucks in an area in the UK and 10 trucks in a place in America. The place in America, you've got to walk double the distance because the bays are bigger, they're wider. You can see how much space is between them. Obviously, they need it because when you're trying to back into the bays, it's obviously harder because they've obviously got more
the bigger and different driving. Yeah. Go on, moving on.
Moving on.
We're not going there. Yeah.
But yeah, it's
so Chloe, you managed to get to a restroom.
So I was stuck in this traffic for a good half an hour. I was desperate for a wee, and it was so painful. And people driving past me, like coming the opposite way, they must be like, she looks mental. Because I was literally at this point, like, fucking holding it in.
Yeah.
And the trouble is, when you're sat like that, you can't cross your legs either. Because obviously, you're just trying to like hold your whole like muscles are just going, just hold it in, just hold it in.
And just to clarify,
then,
you are in. I'm in. You are a driver, and you're the only person in the vehicle.
lorry.
Okay.
Yes, other than my child going, "You're right, mummy." I'm like, "No, I need a wee." He's bless him. He was going, "Hold it. You can hold it. You'll be all right."
Wow.
Hold it to the next stop. He was being really good, and I was like, "This is what I say to him." So he's just learned that. Anyway, I managed about 20 minutes down the road. I found a lay-by, like a proper lay-by, and I was like, "There's not really a place to hide, but I have to go at this point." I'm just gonna make it work, whatever I do, and I managed to. No, I've obviously got tissue and everything ready for emergency situations. And I'm trying to get out of this lorry.
Why is it
and obviously,
always laybys?
Would you? Yeah. Let her finish. I'm at the edge of my seat right now.
I'm literally like crawling like a crab trying to get out of this lorry and then crabbing it over to this hedge. And I'm so desperate at this point. Like, I'm just like, it's gonna happen. It's coming right now. There's nothing I can do to stop it any minute now. It's just coming.
And a cop shows up.
I pelt it through this hedge. Bearing in mind, it's all stinging nettles and prickles.
Like, you're like, whatever.
I come out like bang. Yeah, I literally like ripped to shreds. And then like there's a sheer cliff down the end. I'm like, oh crap! Like nearly fall down it. I was like sliding. Well, it wasn't like a sheer cliff, but it was like a full on like hill. And I was going for it because I have to find somewhere. I'm halfway now, slipped down this cliff, like literally nearly wetting myself. I'm like, right, that's it. I found my space. I'm going. So I finally have my wee. I can't get fucking back out. So I'm there, like trying to slide to get back out.
Oh my god, this is awesome.
I get out. It's
terrible.
Fine. It only took me like a minute, but what felt like a minute to me was just like, I need to get out of this pit of doom. So I'm there trying to crawl myself out, and then like I obviously get out, and I'm covered in prickles. I'm scratched to death, and I'm like wandering over to the lorry. Like it's like, you're right, mummy. I'm like,
I don't want to talk about it.
This is like some kind of motion picture. This should be made into a movie.
Going, we know what she's been up to. She's had a wee. Either that, or they thought I was doing some dodgy stuff because I literally came out the hedge backwards, pretty much. Just at
least your pants was up.
The pants were up at this point, but yeah, it probably looked so dodgy. So I just sheepishly got in the lorry, and I was like, "We're good, mate. Let's go." So yeah, I wanted to share the story. But why does it always end in laybys?
Yeah, it's for you. It's always
at least they're there.
I've got something for you.
This is true.
Yeah, exactly.
Go on, then.
I've got something for you. There is point to this. Do you guys remember Jurassic Park? The film.
Yeah, amazing film.
Right.
Yeah,
I've heard of it. Yeah.
It's a fucking great film. So this is one of these things that I noticed as a kid, and no one ever noticed it, but I couldn't work it out. So you know the really famous bit where the T-Rex comes out.
Mm-hmm. And
chases the car.
Okay.
So it eats the goat, yeah, and then it throws the goat's like spinal cord or whatever like that onto the car. Then it comes through the fence, and then it kind of comes along and wrecks some things, and then it eats the guy in the toilet, and then it comes back, and then it starts smashing the cars up, and it then goes to start pushing the car back through the fence. Yeah?
Right.
But there's a massive cliff there.
Yeah. I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
Oh, where's it come from? How did the dinosaur get over it?
But there wasn't one there. The goat was there. You saw the goat. The goat got eaten. It came through. Suddenly,
the other side of the road?
Massive cliff.
Yeah.
Where the fuck has that come from?
A bit further down.
No, he pushed it back through the hole in the fence.
I feel like you watched Cinema Sins. Have you ever watched Cinema Sins?
I've never seen the Jurassic Park one, but that was something I remember as a kid, and I thought, but where's the cliff come from?
Do you know what? I have always kind of wondered that a little bit, but it's never really taken that on board. The bit I like is, especially now I'm in the lorries and that, because you know where they're being chased by a T-Rex, and it says it's got the famous thing on the mirror, things may appear larger in your mirrors. I've got that on my mirrors. I'm well excited about that.
Have you really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I know. It's like I was so excited by this. I was just like, that's amazing. Best mirror ever.
I had a bit of a blonde moment. Because on some Volvos, strawberry blonde moment. On some Volvos, you ever seen it? It says "Get out and look."
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Like there's like a little sign and it says "Get out and look." I thought they were special mirrors that flagged that up because I'd seen it in a yard once and it said "Get out and look," and I thought it was like an LED thing that was behind the mirror, and it was like a special thing that shone through and was like "Get out and look." And I was like, "That's so fucking smart!" And I drove past one on the motorway. I was like, "Oh, it's just a sticker. It's just a sticker. This is not fancy in the slightest." My brain complicating things as fucking always. Yay!
Well, it's like, you know, when you got that story where the walk-in floor where you tried to use the button. I actually saw a walk-in floor like the other day that had an actual button to bring the sheet back in.
Well, were we talking about this in a podcast? Or was this on the chat?
We did mention this the other day. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mentioned it to you on the chat.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought it was like.
But
I thought
it
was
just
like
reminded
a
me
little
of you.
thing. Yeah. Aw.
Yeah, no, it reminded me of you. I was like, oh, if you had that, Laurie, you'd be laughing. Like, you press the button, you wouldn't look like a fool.
Well,
whatsoever.
maybe if I could find the button, that I would have done. Yeah, sure. But if I couldn't have found the button, there's no. Put the little clicker.
You had a little portable one. It probably would have got lost.
Well, no, you're surprised actually. I never lose mine.
What, your little clicky buttons?
Yeah,
People
for the sheet that goes over. Oh my! By the way, my trailer's fixed.
Yeah.
Finally! Yay! I get it back on Monday. I'm so excited. I mean, don't need a new sheet anyways. I mean, there's definitely easier ways to get a new sheet.
Oh, is that what it is? Sheet. Oh, my sheet's so fucked. Do you know what? I'm gonna break it. Even worse.
I'm just gonna cause.
Do you know what the worst thing is? You're gonna get it back, and the worst thing is when you get that small little rip in your sheet after it's all been fixed. And the first day you get it back, something gets damaged.
I might cry.
Yeah, my easy sheet's done that on my skip lorry. It's got the biggest slit down the middle. I'm like, oh no.
I've got one for you. Oh, go on.
Go on. Oh no, I was just going to say. For some reason, I was just thinking about you finally got your trailer back and everything, and like, okay, make sure you don't hit it and all that kind of stuff. It just kind of triggered a memory of like, I think I don't know what happened. As in, let's say you have a near accident, or like, oh my god, like whatever, or you're backing up or something, and it just made you a little nervous. And like, all right, let's pay attention now, right? And then something else happens. I'm like, okay, like because I was backing up and my trailer door. It didn't latch anymore. Sorry, it didn't. Yeah. It wasn't held open, so it ended up.
Okay.
No, it didn't do any damage, but it could have. Meaning, isn't like.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm done. I'm going home. I'm halfway through the day. Call up a boss. You know what?
Oh really?
Forgive me for what I'm about to do right now, but I'm going home.
Of what it was. Yeah.
There's a couple of near things that happened today, and I'm done. I'm just like I'm just gonna take my truck back. You know what I mean? I'm not going to bring a trailer. And I'm just like, this is a better phone call than it could be. All right? If you had to choose two phone calls for me today, it'd be better. It's better this one than a different one. Where I've actually hit something or something. You know what I mean? I just feel like it always happens in threes.
Mistake, I was just about to say, if you've made one mistake, for whatever reason, when you're kind of in that kind of like that thing of like, I can't really. You know what? You know that kind of feeling of like when you've done something really bad,
and
you're struggling to, and you kind of
can't get
feel
over
like,
yeah.
So you know what? You are right in what you say there. You're absolutely right.
And if you're gonna have a bad day or a bad week, you're gonna have it in a block, and then it'll be fine for ages, and then you're gonna have it again. That just one day where just everything goes wrong and it's just shit. It always happens.
I've definitely.
Now, I suppose it's called. I was put on notice once. Well, basically, you're put on, meaning as in like if one more accident, all right, and you're done, basically, all right. As in like I had two tiny things. They're all fucking tiny, but it's still considered an accident. You know what I mean? But there's nothing worse when that. It's not like a life, what you're playing a video game. You only got like you had a bunch of lives and you're all confident, and now you're down to one life, and now you're extra cautious. I'm like, oh, that's what it felt like, and I felt like that for years and years and years. You know what I mean? As in like, so I just wasn't. So I was extra cautious every single time, constantly getting out and looking, which I should be all the time anyway. You know what I mean? But yeah, anyway.
But you just made that extra effort,
I've had that heart sink adrenaline kind of like when suddenly you kind of go. Oh, And with when I'm getting loaded, every time I've got loaded since I fucked up, every single time I've had that. Fuck. And suddenly I look around and I'm like, oh no,
shit,
I did my sheet. It's okay. And I keep doing it, and it's fucking horrible.
You just gonna have that panic.
Mine is the trailer doors being open.
The trailer doors being open,
because I would back up 50 times a day. That's probably the accident I'm going to have, actually, and so where the trailer doors are swinging while I'm reversing. You know what I mean? So I'm always straightening up immediately, because that was literally actually my very first accident. Like, this is like 20 years ago. I was backing up into a dock, and the door was swinging. I didn't realize, and I had shunted like 50 times already. You know, it was a very difficult dock. There was very very little room, so every shunt was only like 5 foot. You know, and backed up to the dock. And I thought everyone was good, and then the guy came up to me and like, you lost your door. What do you mean you lost your door? Well, shit. So as in like, I actually knocked.
You literally destroyed it.
Yeah, the door came off the hinges, and I damaged his dock as well. And
no.
So it was just.
You damaged the dock?
Yeah, I actually damaged the door of the dock. You know, because it's like a rolling door. And it was electrical, and then I ended up destroying the mechanism. But it was like, well, that sucks. I went for that. That was, I think, my first. That was 14 months into my career, you know. So I was like, so I wasn't a newbie. It was just bad luck. It's just that
things do happen.
The chain broke. The chain wasn't it wasn't in good condition, and so yeah. But hey, life goes on, you know, but it always is my biggest fear, especially if I'm backing up next to a truck. All right, having that trailer door hit, because you're a little bit wider now too. You're all of a sudden like half a foot wider when you have the doors open. You guys have roll up. Do you guys have roll up doors? You guys have swing doors, don't you? In most of your trailers?
What, on the trucks?
And the trailers.
It depends what you've got on the trailer.
99% of all trailers are swing doors, I would say.
I think most of them are.
Yeah.
And do they have the when they fully open, they've got the chain on it?
Yeah.
To kind of keep them
and then there's a hook.
To hold it up, yeah.
You know, and you just, you know, it's just that thing broke.
So, you know, when I was working for Farrington's, the sister truck to mine, the guy, he was sitting kind of waiting for someone to come out and collect it, to get him to say, come on this bay here. And there was like a foreign driver driving around, but he'd left his back doors chained on. But obviously, as you drive, they want to kind of separate out a little bit.
Yeah.
And as he was driving, he went too close to the truck and ripped the mirror cam off. Not even just not just like mirror cam, like the really expensive, and broke it and did all sorts of things. Mercedes came out and they were like, yeah, we can attach a magnetic one, but you can only do this amount of speed, and it was a whole.
You can't even get like proper speed, and
no, I think it's 50 miles per hour you can do with them.
Have you
with the magnetic ones?
Have you ever driven off forgetting to close your doors?
Not in a like that, but have with so I hadn't forgotten. But on this trailer that I've been using this week, trailer 40, it's got, so it's obviously it's a tipper, but it's got an airlock to it, which is at the very front of the truck, and I hadn't checked to see what position the door was in when I'd gone to lock it after I finished tipping. And the door wasn't quite at the point where, when the airlock came, it came up, but the door was on the wrong side of the latch. So it was locked, but the door wasn't there, so it was still swinging free. Yeah. So I set off. On this, and apparently they still talk about this on this site. That's how bad it was.
Oh no!
And this just happened?
No, a little while ago. This was. I'd collected clay. And I might have said this on the podcast at one point. I collected. This is.
I probably wasn't.
Oh right.
Yeah, we might.
Right. Well, I collected clay, set off, and wasn't paying attention at all. Drove the mile down the little lane, turned left, and it was only as I was turning left, and I looked in my left-hand mirror, I could see shit coming out the back.
Oh no!
And so basically, I'd sprayed clay. Clay had come out a whole mile long. They had to get a road sweeper out to clean it all. There was so much of it, and I just kept stum. I didn't say fuck all. I was just like, don't know, wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, I
think so. Someone else. I saw someone else with the back doors open. Weird that. Yeah, weird.
Yeah, I forgot. Oh, good. You go first.
Well, no, I was going to say the only thing I've forgotten to do is bring this. I think I told Chris and you, Tom, ages ago. Is my old skip lorry had like an easy sheet that used to go up in the air and used to pull it back, but of course it would be like double the height of my lorry when I basically left the lay-by.
You're telling us this, yeah.
I do remember. I did tell you, but I'll tell you again. David's not heard it. And basically, I strapped it all down, thought it was all fine, and I, for some reason, didn't look above me at this towering sheet that was in the air. Got in my lorry, shut the door, looked in my mirrors. Obviously, I couldn't see it up there because it was above me. Thought, sweet, off we go. Pulled onto the dual carriageway, and all of a sudden, I just see. That was it. In my mirrors, I'm suddenly getting all these people beeping at me, and I look at my mirrors, and all I can see is obviously it's on a spring roller as well, and the wind has just caught it like a sail, and I've just got this giant sail behind me.
Oh no!
That's the worst thing I've ever forgotten. Instantly pulled over, quickly sorted it out, got back in. Never happened. No one saw it. It's all good. But honestly,
if it
I
ain't
reported,
it's not happened.
You know, like you see the big old like pirate ships where they got the big bow. It was literally like that behind me.
And it was zero damage.
Oh my
yeah.
God. No,
Please,
no damage whatsoever.
David.
I just pulled in and I was like, nope, nothing. No one ever saw it.
If we ever find footage of this, should we see if we can try and find
I
footage?
actually
and then
wish there was footage of this.
Right.
This would be amazing.
If we can, we're going to put the Pirates of the Caribbean shoot music to.
Honestly, if someone has that on Dashcam, please send it our way. I would love to see it. That would be so good.
That's awesome. Yeah, I just forgot to close one door one time. You know, yeah, I was.
I feel like I got way worse.
Just one door one time.
Yeah. I nearly, it was just like I was on the freeway and everything, and we were literally passing what's it called, a weigh scale, a DOT weigh station or whatever, right? And
no.
I did get a bypass of it, meaning as in I didn't have to pull in because I got weighed on the road because they have scales on the road while you go over it, But whatever, it was just more of like a. I was thinking, like, why did I forget it? Because I remember, trucks turned off, and I hear my phone go off after I closed the first door, and so I race to get that because phone ringing, and I completely forget I didn't actually close the other one, so I drive off, and I can't remember again. This is literally a month after I got the job. This is literally 20 years ago, and I think I just looked in my mirror and I'm like, oh shit! So I pull over to the shoulder, close it. Nothing. But it was just like it could have been way worse. I could have gotten a nice fat ass ticket. I could have got into the weigh station. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you do it, and you're like, no one's seen it.
I have driven. This is what sucks. A lot of time if there was a trailer that got damaged up in the Portland area. All right. Now our main terminal is like 60 miles south. All right. But if there's ever a trailer that gets damaged, they usually ask me to bring it down. Which sucks because we have to go through a weigh station down there, But as in like, so when I say damage, as in like that means a door gets taken off. As in like, so now it just looks like I'm the one who's done the damage, When it was somebody else, it just get a lot of times because we got another drop yard up there, so a lot of times the damage trailers would get put there. Then they asked me to bring it down, and of course I'm driving into the bloody the main terminal. This is like the where all the main yard, and like it just looks embarrassing that I'm the one always bringing in damaged trailers.
Yeah,
like especially one of them will have no door on it. So
is it when you go like it wasn't me, and they're like, yeah, all right,
yeah, seriously, I'm like it was. I usually would have to say that
3
it wasn't
times this week.
How are you not fired yet?
How is it always you? So good practice. If we're parking in a lay-by, good practice. If you're, is what they say is, if you've not got anything nickable, then leave your back doors open. Well, because at the end of the day, if thieves can look in and see, oh, there's nothing worth nicking there, they'll just move on to something else.
They're not going to cut your curtains, in theory.
And so there was a lad who was carrying. I'm trying to think like fancy, like the cages that you get like at supermarkets and stuff. Like the ones that they kind of put all the food in, just kind of take it off the truck.
Yeah, and
kind of
they
like
wheel it on and off.
What do they call them, David, in America?
Cages.
You know what I'm talking about? Like kind of like just like the cages, like with wheels on them.
They basically have like piles of food in it, and then they wheel it out.
In Ireland, I feel like that was called a crombie or something like that. A crumb. I don't know. I can't remember. Again, this is going back 25 years ago when I used to work. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You got your cages, but we don't have to do that because we have pallets. There'll be a forklift to take the pallet out.
Well, so he had a load of them on, and they were really fancy, like brand new ones. Obviously, he had his back doors open, and so, so that way they wouldn't nick them. And he clearly forgot that he'd opened the back doors when he set off in the morning, and so he drove off, and every single one of them was on the A50.
No. Is that like the Warburton's one?
A bit.
Is that the same?
Honestly,
guy?
It was not. It was like that. Yeah, it was like that. Oh my God! Imagine the sinking feeling that you've got about that. How that must be. I mean, I like I said, when I fucked up with the that wasn't even like that was fixable. That was like with my sheet. That horrible feeling of like, oh my God, what the fuck?
Well, we've all made stupid mistakes, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just one of those crappy things, and luckily a lot of the time, when it does happen, nothing bad happens. Oh no,
David has just smiled. Has he actually?
I missed that. What's he smiling about?
1 second, let's let Chloe just sit back. What? Go on. You've got a story for us.
No. I'm smiling at stuff that would probably have happened, and the videos I've seen. I'm just.
Videos I've seen.
You don't have a story because that was a smile of like David's got a story here. This is something that's
the only thing that's ever fallen out of my truck was installation. When backing up.
Oh no, yeah.
I had the doors open. And I'm backing up to I'm setting up to go to the dock, but I kind of swung the trailer a bit too quickly. You know what I mean? So like, whoa! And then all of the insulation is like from top to bottom. They're like big, huge things. You know what I mean? But very light.
Rolls. Like, the rolls of it.
Yeah, big, huge rolls, and a couple of them fell out. Whatever. But again, that's
the worst. Yeah, they're not too bad, are they? The insulation, they're going to bounce.
Yeah.
They're fluffy pillows.
Indeed.
The worst thing I ever lost on the road that really scared me was. I was in one of the Ro-Ros. This was quite early on when I was in it, and it had a repair done. So it went into our workshop in the yard to just have like a light fix or something. I can't remember what it was. And one of the guys had a crowbar, and for some reason put the crowbar on the side. I think he had to pull something out. He'd left it on the side, and of course I went back. I was like, "Oh, sweet, they fixed it." I had a quick glance around. The crowbar was sat right up against one of the, like the mud guard sort of metal bits. So I didn't even acknowledge it as a crowbar. I was just like, everything looks in order. Sweet. Anyway, so I drove 20 minutes down the road. Fine. Did the job. Picked it. I think it was only a delivery. So I didn't even have to get out of the lorry. I just put the bin down, spoke to the guy, and off I went. 20 minutes back to the yard. And I get onto the last bit of road. And I'm just like, I suddenly look in my mirror and I'm just like, what is that hanging out? Like this long thing. And I go, oh shit, I can see that's a crowbar. I'm like, fuck, like literally, like there's a lay-by right there, gonna pull it in.
Another lay-by.
Next thing I know, fucking lay-bys. Next thing I know, I see it bounce off and it goes bang and like bounces about 4 times down the opposite side of the road.
Oh.
And luckily, there was no cars coming at that time. And like literally thinking about it now, how awful that would have gone through someone's windscreen.
I know, right?
How the hell did that stay on that long?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. And I feel so fucking lucky that it did, because that could have been, that was one of those moments, like, that could have been awful. Like, it doesn't bear thinking about what that could have done.
I feel like our podcast should be called Stupid Things That Truckers Do.
Stupid things that we do.
Yeah.
Stupid things that we do. I think it should be called, David.
There we go.
We're dumb. Don't listen to us.
Well, everyone makes mistakes, don't they?
All right, let's leave some.
Let's
leave some for another episode. I'm sure we got a lot more stories.
Oh shit!
I think we probably have.
You know what? I was not looking at the time at all. Fucking okay. Oh shit! I do the outro, don't I? Oh, 1 second.
Well, yeah. What have we done? Have we done the housekeeping?
Whoa.
You know,
We've
like
not done any of that either. No. We got all excited.
Well, I don't know. For all I know, you're gonna go as like you're. If you haven't listened to us, how did you get this far?
Well, go to salmonslap.com, get a t-shirt or a hoodie or something. We've got some cool new merch, and yeah, it's all awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
What else? Share, share us.
Yeah, like, share,
yeah, they
comment.
know the routine at this stage.
Yeah,
everything like that.
And if you have advice for Tom, when it comes to should he call his insurance company or should he just wait for whatever he said at the start of the episode. What was it again? Please leave a comment in the comment section, or
do it.
some other way to get a hold of us.
I'm genuinely interested to see what people watch say.
Messages. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's end it there. And nothing else. No.
Check out Skip Chick. Why not?
No.
Skip Chick.
Go.
Nah. Don't do anything with me.
Where's your game?
Shut up. I don't know. I'm gonna edit that part out. Where's your game? I'm fed up.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Right. Okay.
All right.
That's a whole other podcast.
Okay, hold on. You know that iOS, they made it to where you can turn off ads or personalized ads or whatever, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Have you heard of that? All right. Well,
no.
It messed something up when it comes to the ads part in my game, and he can't figure it out, and it's just very frustrating that I can't release it on iOS yet because the ads won't work properly.
But it is on Android.
It is not 100% perfect on Android, but it's there. There is a new update coming out.
Yeah, download it on Android now.
Or PC. At mytruckingskills.com. I'm so tired with it. I want the game to be done. I want to work on the multiplayer game so badly. That will be kick-ass. It really will.
That does sound kick-ass, yeah.
Anyway, I'm done. I'm not talking about it.
Quite good. Right, okay. Thank you so much for listening. And if you haven't listened, how is it you made it this far? But we shall see you next time. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.